What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dummy Wormy. I'm coming at you with another video. And when it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadows, this game has been fundamentally mismanaged ever since the initial launch trailer came out, in which audiences were very quick to show their displeasure by downvoting the trailer into oblivion, all while at the same time pointing out all their issues with said game, be it the disrespect to the Japanese audience and fan bases alike, or the fact that they injected Yasuke into this game, who was historically not a samurai. But the controversies around this game pale in comparison to the sole fact that fundamentally Ubisoft has mismanaged the development process of this game, going so far as delaying the game not once but twice at this point. And initially when they delayed the game, they specifically mentioned Star Wars Outlaws, a game that was so buggy at launch that it was unplayable for a vast majority of gamers, so much so that Ubisoft had to issue a patch to the game and tell players to completely restart their save file on Star Wars Outlaws so that they could actually progress further within the game itself. The game was broken, and when you see all this, you're starting to notice that, oh my gosh, Ubisoft is mismanaged all the way through to the point that nobody can actually make a salvageable game. And now it's starting to seem like Assassin's Creed Shadows is one of those games because of a new rumor coming out that the vast majority of developers at Ubisoft are dead weight. They don't know how to do anything. Now, I normally don't take rumors or do these rumor videos because, let's be real fair here, they can easily get debunked like that, and it's not really usually worth the headache in all this. But when it comes to this rumor, all I have to do is come over to a previous article in which Ubisoft's executive producer openly said that the devs thought that Assassin's Creed Shadows was the worst thing they've ever seen. And when you actually get to his quote, it actually really does open this up to you, because you see here, he said, one of the things that I've noticed since the pandemic is that we have a lot of juniors in our teams. Probably half the team that's building Assassin's Creed is building a game for the first time. When you see something like that, that tells you that half that team are brand new developers that have never developed a game in their entire life. So then you go back to the rumor and you see the dead weight. They don't know how to do anything. That's because they don't know how to actually make a game. This is their first time actually developing a game or even producing a game at all. So yeah, seeing that they think that they're dead weight, or knowing that they're dead weight, that kind of follows through on all this. But let's get into these rumors, shall we? This rumor comes from YouTuber A Clone TV, who detailed he received a number of alleged documents from an Ubisoft insider who also informed him about the current state of the company's employees and talent. He shared, so basically the way developers at Ubisoft is classed according to this insider is you have the superstars, these are the best of the best, and they are incredibly good at what they do, and they're often also very well known. Now, he says there's very few of these people left at Ubisoft. Most of them have already left and have found much better positions at companies that is a lot better positioned within the market. Then there's the what he refers to as the good developers. But they don't have brands. They don't tweet, he relayed. And he calls himself one of these developers. They make up a small portion of those developers that are still left at Ubisoft. The problem is, while they're good, they don't have names, so they can't get jobs anywhere else. And then the vast majority of developers is what he calls dead weight. They don't know how to do anything, no matter what you give them. They're pretty much always doing it wrong. But what they're very good at is social change, pushing social change. So basically, if you can't do the job that you were hired for, make sure that you become a political activist, is what I took from that. He didn't even talk about the DEI stuff with these guys. Just apparently they make working for Ubisoft very, very difficult. And yeah, that makes sense. When you have the executive producer openly admitting that half the team has never built the game in their entire life, then you take into account what this guy is saying. So if half the team is brand new people, dead weight by the standards, if that's what that team is, then you have to take a look at the other team. Some of them are those superstars that really know what the heck they're doing. And the other batch of it is going to be the no names, the people that are good at what they're doing, but they don't have social media, they don't have their names. That actually makes logical sense here. And this all makes logical sense when you take into account what that executive producer says. Everything here makes perfect sense and just goes to show you that they're fundamentally mismanaged over at Ubisoft. But my guys, he kept going on because he relayed even more information for us. From there, he shared that the original insider, as well as another, detailed how Ubisoft's video game development process are all bogged down in administration and bureaucrat meetings. He explained, the next thing that was revealed to me, and this is from both insiders, is actually just the nightmare of designing video games for Ubisoft. Gaming today, according to these insiders, are more like a factory line and a logistical nightmare than it is about creativity. In order to get anything done, you take weeks of meetings and department logistics to get all of the teams involved. And then you get to do the thing. And then once you're done with the thing, you have to go into more meetings in order to implement the thing. There's just so little space for actual creativity. But this isn't actually new within the gaming industry. This has been a ongoing thing in which you have bureaucratical meetings in which people are having to go in there, do thing after thing after thing, have to get this checkbox, checkbox, checkbox just to be able to implement something. And we've actually heard about things like this before when it came to things like Starfield. Starfield design director calls out unfair game criticism. Don't fool yourself into thinking you know why it is the way it is. When this came out, people learned that when developing Starfield, you had a game designer, somebody making the game, making the interior. One person made one chair. You were discovering just how large this team was and how bogged down by bureaucracy it was to actually develop this game. And this has been an ongoing trend. This has been something that we've been seeing over and over and over again within the gaming industry. As these budgets get bigger and bigger and bigger, more bureaucracy gets involved and more cooks in the kitchen. And when there's too many cooks in the kitchen, you can't actually produce good products at this point. All this goes to show you is the fundamental fact that Ubisoft is fundamentally mismanaged from the top down. They don't know what it is that they're doing. They're completely incapable at this point in actually developing a good game. And it's just shown by all this. And again, I know this is a rumor, but the thing is, the executive producer confirmed the rumor months ago at this point. We know that the vast majority of the developers on this game are nothing more than dead weight at this point, and they're just worried about social status and being able to cancel the game if somebody says the wrong naughty no word. That's it. But at the end of the day, they need Assassin's Creed Shadows to be a resounding success. They need this game to do gangbusters and actually produce massive amounts of profit at this point. And the thing is, if it doesn't do that, the company's going to go under. Ubisoft is already at the brink of bankruptcy. If this game fails, they go bankrupt. They have put all their chips onto one single game. And the saddest part about this is it looks like they can't even achieve that at this point. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Shout out friends, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video live, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.